Let's be real. Being a student can feel like you're trying to juggle, well, everything. You've got classes, a social life, maybe a part-time job, and you're also supposed to be figuring out who you are. It's a lot. So today, we're going to break down how to get a handle on it all. We're going to build a clear, simple framework just for you. Okay, let's get into it.
I want to start with this thought from Winston Churchill, because what we're talking about here is so much bigger than just passing your exams. It's about starting to build a life that actually feels meaningful. And believe it or not, that whole project starts right now.
So let's just acknowledge the main challenge here. Student life is basically a flood of opportunities, pressures, and responsibilities all coming at you at once. It's completely normal to feel overwhelmed, like you're being pulled in 100 different directions.
And that's really the heart of it, isn't it? Every single day is this mix of challenges you have to deal with and opportunities you want to grab. Now, to navigate all that, working harder isn't always the answer. What you really need is a system. And that's exactly what we're going to build together right now.
The first piece of our system, the absolute bedrock of it all, is organization. Think of it like the foundation of a house. It's the structure that holds everything else up. Without it, even the best intentions can kind of just fall apart.
Now this leads to a pretty cool idea, the 20-80 planning rule. I know, it might sound a little backward at first. You're telling me to spend more time just planning? But it's actually incredibly powerful. The idea is that by dedicating 20% of your time to really thinking through and planning a task, you make the other 80%, the actual doing, so much more efficient that you actually save a ton of time.
Of course, a great plan is useless if you can't execute it. And we live in the age of time thieves. You know exactly what I'm talking about. The endless notifications, the social media rabbit holes, the unexpected interruptions, they are designed to steal your focus. And just being able to name them is the first step to beating them.
This brings us to a question we probably ask ourselves a dozen times a day. What do I work on right now? Everything feels like it's screaming for our attention. So how do you possibly choose between what feels urgent and what's actually important?
And here is your answer. The Eisenhower Matrix. It's so simple it's brilliant. It helps you sort everything on your plate. If a task is both urgent and important, you do it now. If it's important but not so urgent, you plan to do it later. If it's urgent but really not that important, see if you can delegate it. And if it's neither urgent nor important, you just eliminate it. Get it off your list. This is your new command center for making decisions.
Okay, so we've got the what, the organization. Now we need to talk about the why. And that's your mindset. Your mindset is the engine. It's the fuel that's going to power all those well-laid plans and turn them into actual results.
A really crucial piece of this is understanding the difference between a dream and a goal. A dream is awesome. It's inspiring, like I want to be successful. But it's vague. A goal is what makes that dream real. It's concrete. It's actionable. See, dreams might inspire you, but it's goals that actually create your future.
So how do you turn that fuzzy dream into a solid goal? You use the SMART framework. Your goal has to be specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. So you don't just say, I want to do better in school. No, you say, I will achieve an 85% average in my biology class by the end of this semester. See the difference? One is a wish, the other is a plan.
And listen, on the way to hitting those big goals, you are going to have setbacks. It's just part of the process. That's when you have to remember this idea from Edison. Motivation isn't about never failing, it's about perseverance. It's about having the grit to get back up and say, okay, let's go again.
Okay, this brings us to the final piece of the puzzle, excellence. You've got the system, you've got the mindset, now you need a few rules of the game to live by. These are the principles that take you from just doing a good job to being consistently great.
The first rule is all about ownership. When things go wrong, it's so tempting to blame the tough professor or your roommate or just bad luck. But people who achieve excellence don't do that. They don't point fingers, they analyze what happened. They ask, what can I learn from this? And they take complete responsibility for what happens next. And the second huge mistake to avoid is quitting too soon. Look, real failure isn't missing your target. True failure is walking away before you've tried everything. It's about knowing you left it all out on the field, that you gave it your absolute best shot.
So what does excellence really mean then? Well, it's not some destination you finally arrive at. It's a journey. It's a mindset of constantly asking, how can I get just a little bit better? It's the relentless pursuit of beating the person you were yesterday.
So, we have covered a ton of ground here. We went from the chaos of student life to a simple three-part system for success. Organization is your foundation, mindset is your engine, and excellence is your guide. Now, it's your turn to play.
Let's end on this final thought. Taking control of your life, setting those big, scary goals, and really going for excellence, it can be intimidating. It means leaving your comfort zone. But just remember this, you can't discover a new world if you're too afraid to lose sight of where you are right now. So the question I'll leave you with is, what's the first step you're going to take?